I've got them, friends. All 5 of the new Chanel Cream to Powder blushes. I can't wait to show these to you guys today. I'm so excited. This is gonna be my full review. We're gonna be doing daylight swatches, applications. I'm gonna share my thoughts on this new formula. I hope you are excited as well. And if you are new here, hi, welcome. My name is Sophia, and this is my channel that is all about having fun with luxury beauty. We love Chanel on this channel, as well as many other luxury beauty brands. So if you're into luxury beauty, or you just need some help figuring out what's good and what's not, then you're in the right place, my friend. Hit that subscribe button to join our fam. And also, if you like this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. And without further ado, let's chat about these new blushes. These new blushes from Chanel are called the JOUES Contraste INTENTSE. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And they retail for a whopping $52 here in the United States. I know, so expensive. Are we surprised? No, it's Chanel. I am going to be linking down below, friends, a shopping guide so you can see where you could purchase these. They are slowly rolling out country to country, so just be patient. They are going to be coming online. They are going to be coming to more stores. It doesn't say limited edition on the box or on the component, so I think that this is a new permanent line from Chanel. So just be patient. If you click on the link and you don't see them on the website, it probably just isn't available in your country. I'm going to do my best to see where these are available, and I will have my updated shopping guide down below. Let me quickly show you the swatches of all 5 blushes, and we'll talk a little bit about this new formula. The first shade here is called Beige Eclatant. Then we have Rose Radiant or Rose Radiant. Then we have Rose Ardent. Then we have Rouge Franc. And finally, we have Grenat Profond. As the name would suggest, these are going to be a cream to powder formula, and they just feel so interesting and luxurious to the touch, I must say. They feel creamy yet silky, and also like a little bit squishy. You can kind of dig your finger into the pan. I'll show you a close-up of this one so you can sort of see what I'm saying. There's a little bit of like an indentation where I've pressed into it. You can kind of like scrape them a little bit. You see that? And it's almost like you're touching a cream product, but when you blend it across the skin, it feels a little bit more like you're applying a powder. And there aren't any super noticeable glitter particles in these. I wouldn't say they're super glowy. They're not going to be as glowy, and we'll do some comparisons later. They're not going to be as glowy as like the summer blush duos, but they do give kind of like a soft focus, blurred type of effect. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you don't like glowy blushes, still keep your mind open, because these seem to be very, very blurring, and they also seem to have quite a lot of emollients that I think are going to be, it's going to create a formula and a finish that is very flattering for people like me who have dry skin or maybe even mature skin. As I mentioned before, it doesn't say limited edition on the box. It does say that you get 8 grams of product. It also says here made in France, 18-month shelf life. There is no talc in these, and also I will say, sorry to those of you out there who don't like fragrance, these do have a pretty strong fragrance. It smells like pretty much every other Chanel makeup item and skincare item that I've ever purchased. So yes, it does have that sort of quintessential floral, slightly powdery Chanel fragrance scent. Okay, let's go one by one and apply each of these to my face. Full disclosure, this is a first impressions video. I haven't applied these yet. I've just kind of played around with them, took a look at the formula and everything. I have a bunch of brushes here because I'm really not quite sure what kind of brush is going to work best, but that's okay. We're gonna figure all of that out during this demo. I'm gonna start off with the lightest color because I don't know how pungent these are going to be on the cheeks. So I'm gonna start off with this one. This is Beige Eclatant, and boy, does this look like the most deliciously boring neutral. It looks so good. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to want this one. So we're going to start off with this one. I'm going to start off with the Isom T47. I just launched a collaboration, a 6-piece brush set with Isom. If you missed it, I'll link it down below. And this is one of the brushes in the set. This is really good. I mean, I use this for powder blush, but I really, really like this for cream blush. So I thought maybe we would try this out first, because this will probably do a good job of picking up the pigment. Your brush. Yes, this brush works really well. I think especially with the lighter colors, something like this that really grabs the pigment is gonna be good. But I have some other brushes for the more pigmented ones. Very easy to apply. So this is the before and this is the after. This one is very light. I'm only wearing a very light layer of the Victoria Beckham bronzer in shade 1, which is totally matte and very, very light. And see how it looks it's like a little glowy, but it's not like, woo, so glittery or anything like that. These are very, very subtle. Okay, let's get a full application here. I really dug in that time, and you can definitely see more pigment there. I don't know how well this is gonna show up if you have a deeper skin tone, but there are some more pigmented ones we're gonna take a look at in a second. If you are tanner, you might get a little bit of like a cast from this one, because see the glowiness there? I film in natural light, by the way, if you are new here, with no filters. Some people are like, filters. No filters, guys. This is all natural light. So comment down below, guys. Let me know what you think of this one. I keep forgetting the names. Beige Eclatant. Hopefully I am pronouncing that okay. I think this is gorgeous. I feel like this is gonna be a new favorite, and this color is spreading pretty well, although where you first apply it is usually where you have the most pigment. I do feel like it needs to be buffed out just a little bit. So if you have issues, maybe with like a fluffier brush, if it looks patchy, you might want to switch to something just a little bit more dense. Next, I want to try out one of the more pigmented shades. Let's see how this one applies. This one is Grenat Profond, and I'm going to try a fluffier brush. Maybe we'll get kind of like a lighter, more natural application, since it is going to be a deeper shade. I'm gonna try this one, the T59 from my Isom set. Usually this is really good with pigmented blushes, just to get like a nice, again, natural application. I'm curious if this is gonna pick up the pigment enough, so we shall see. Let's see if this works, or if more of like a cream blush brush will do the trick. Okay, I see it picking it up. Yeah, it's a very natural application. Sometimes I'll turn it on this side just to get like a good, layer, and then I'll kind of buff it in like that. It's a very pigmented shade, but that being said, if you just go in lightly, it's like a beautiful red undertone berry shade, really pretty for fall. Maybe like a nice holiday kind of look. It's very nice. Again, this is like a sheer application. So we have the before and then the after, just something very light and natural. I am definitely smelling the scent. It doesn't, like, the scent is a little bit different than other ones I've had. It smells more like fancy soap. I don't know, like more like fancy soap than a lipstick. Hopefully that makes sense. And here we are. Here is Grenat Profond. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of this one. You guys know I love a berry blush, so I am really liking this one. And it has, I don't know, has like a really nice freshness to it. I don't know why. Maybe because it is slightly glowy and it's not quite a cream, but it kind of has that, I don't know, like fresh quality that a lot of cream products do. So yeah, Grenat Profond. Actually, before I take this off my cheeks, let's see how much we can build this up just for fun, just for my friends out there that need more pigmentation. Let's like really dig into this and see how much we could build it up. And I just went back into the other Isom brush. It's gonna look clown-like, okay? But I just wanna demonstrate the shade and the level of pigmentation. I feel like this is decently pigmented. I think this would look beautiful if you have a deeper skin tone. You guys will let me know. And I think you can also tell just how like soft and blurred and cloud-like the formula is when I build it up like this. So hopefully this is helpful. Are you still with me? Because we have 3 more beautiful blushes to try out. The next one that I have here is Rose Ardent. This one looks like it's going to be a little bit more of like a vibrant, like summertime, springtime sort of rose. And I'm gonna try out this brush. This is from BK Beauty. This is the N15 from the Nikki LaRose collab. This one, it's a little bit more dense and kind of pointy. I feel like this one will be good. So I'm gonna try this as well in case any of you guys have this in your collection. Ooh, so fresh and feminine. Very demure, very cutesy, very mindful. Don't you all agree? I feel like I do need to buff it just a little bit around the edges with this one, which is fine. Just do like a little bit of a buff. By the way, I will link down below all the other makeup that I have on my face and my lips and everything. It's all gonna be linked down in the description box. This is kind of a very, like a natural flush for me. Very lovely, like I said, very demure and feminine. And here is Rose Ardent fully applied. Comment down below, let me know what you think of this one. I'm actually surprised by this one. I don't usually go for these kinds of like roses and mauves, but this is so fresh and lovely, and I love the smooth effect that it has on the skin. This is the kind of blush that I would almost do like that wrap effect with, like you could kind of add a little bit up here. I'm not gonna do that now because we got more blushes to try on, but to kind of give like that overall flush look, you could put even a little bit like maybe across the nose if you wanted a really natural flush type of effect. It is very lovely. This one, it kind of surprised me. I really like it. And once again, I will build this shade up just so we can see how pigmented it can get. Pretty pigmented if you ask me. Okay. If you have a very, very deep skin tone, I feel like it would show up, and you know, especially if you're medium tan skin, I definitely think that this will show up. So there you have it. Let's go in with Rouge Franc. Woohoo! She looks pigmented, she looks bright. So I'm gonna go in first with the Rephr fan brush. This is the number 20. Let's see if this picks up the pigment and gives us like a nice diffuse look, because I can't be looking like a clown here on my channel. This is always a good option for something super pigmented. It is a little bit hard to blend with the fan brush because it's so airy. Like it does a good job of only picking up a little bit, but then it's a little bit difficult to blend. I have right here the BK Beauty N17. So let's just blend that in a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, my cheeks are a little bit sore. But anything for a Chanel review, you've gotta do what you gotta do. They had to launch 5 blushes, and of course I wanted to get all of them. Whenever I go to the Chanel boutique, they're like, oh yeah, these new things. And I'm like, yeah. I'll take all of them.
We'll take the lot.
And they're always like a little surprised, like, who is this girl? It's just me, crazy old me. So that right there is a very, very sheer, natural application. I think it looks good. It's a very, you know, kind of romantic shade. Red blush is very, very trendy for this year. Last year we had all those big, bright, hot pinks, and then this year we're seeing a lot of red. So I'm guessing that's why they decided to come out with this one. And for whatever reason, like Chanel does tend to like the red shades. I know a lot of you guys do not like them, so I'm trying to show you what this would look like if you used a very light hand. I like this very romantic kind of red tone flush. I just have to make sure that I don't use too much. And this is also the kind of thing where I feel like if you added a little bit up here, it would do a nice job of connecting the cheeks to kind of the temples here at the top. So there you have it, friends. That is Rouge Franc. And once again, I'm gonna build this one up real quick. I'm gonna use the other cheek this time because I feel like the other cheek needs a break. Very, very pigmented. I would be careful, friends. I just want to mention this. I thought of it as I'm like digging into the pan here. Just be careful if you're kind of going in between this and like a powder product using the same brush. If you do that, you're gonna get hard pan. Like this is gonna get pretty gross. Sort of treat it like you would a cream product. If you have powder on your brush or even on your face, like if you have a lot on your face and you go into this, it is gonna sort of like crust up on the top and you'll just have to scrape it off. It's not gonna ruin it. But that is just a little tip that I have for you. Try and treat it like a cream blush. Like you don't want anything getting in there, you know, no dust, no powder, no cat hair, no nothing. So there you go, friends. There's my very clowny cheek, but you can see the full pigment. One more. Are you still with me? Because I think I saved the best, if not one of the best ones for last. This one is Rose Radiant, and this is going to be more of like a neutral rose, whereas, what is it called? Rose Ardent. Rose Ardent is more kind of like that vibrant, punchy rose, and I have right here a Rephr number 5. So let's try this out. I have high hopes for this one because the swatch was so good, so beautiful. Let's pick up a little bit more. If you have these fluffier brushes, I think, you know, something like this that's made with goat hair is great because it does like kind of grip the pan and really pick up the pigment nicely. Yeah, I think this brush works very well. So if you have this one, this would be good. I'm actually, because this is the last one that I'm applying, I am gonna go a little bit here up top. Stop. This one might be my favorite. I'm not sure because they've all been good. And if you are new here, I give brutally honest reviews. Like, I'm not trying to hype these up, but I do really like the colors that they chose, and I like that we have a nice mix. Let's get this on the other cheek. I'm also going to test a little bit of this on the eyes. My guess is that over time this probably will crease, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. Most of the time with blushes, I feel like it's pretty safe to put on your eyes, but just be warned, like if you really put a decent coating of this everywhere, I do think it's probably going to crease. But I'm going to focus this mostly just kind of here on the center of the lid, and then I'll blend the excess up there just to kind of get like a nice rosy monochromatic look. And then because I'm doing this rose theme, I think I'm just going to pop a little bit of this on the lips. This is one of the new Violette Bisou Balm Jelly Lip Sheers, and this is in the shade, what's the name? Bonbon a la Rose. And it is so pretty. I thought it would go well with this kind of rosy look. And here we are, friends. This is the full look with Rose Radiant. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of this one. Let me know which of these blushes was your favorite. Which one did you like the best on me? I will comment in my final thoughts in a second which colors I recommend, but let me know what you think of this shade. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed those demos. Now it is time for my final thoughts, and I also have a couple of quick comparisons to show you guys at the end of this video. My final thoughts on these blushes, if you couldn't already tell, is that I really, really like them. I think they're pretty user-friendly for something that is kind of like a cream blush. I like the fact that they're very buildable. As you saw, you can do a very light sheer application even with the, brighter, more vibrant shades. Or if you have a deeper skin tone, or if you just, want your cheeks to pop a little bit more, you definitely can build these up. I definitely recommend, going with a brush that is either synthetic or maybe something like goat hair so you can really grab the pigment. If you go in with a really soft, wispy, delicate brush, you might have a little bit of trouble picking up the pigment, and also you might get your brush a little bit like dirty and sticky. So really treat these almost like they would be cream blushes. But unlike a cream blush, they still have that very like silky quality that you get from a luxury blush. I like the fact that they're not super shiny, but they do give this really nice, healthy, radiant glow to the skin. I like the fact that they're not gonna look drying on the skin. They're gonna blur the pores, blur any kind of like fine lines or texture. They're not gonna emphasize any dryness. I really like these. I think that these are perfect for the Chanel customer. I know my subscribers are really, really going to like these. I don't want to massively hype these up, but I will say they did live up to my expectations. The formula is so beautiful, and I really like the fact that we got some lighter, wearable, more neutral shades, but we also got some more pigmented, vibrant ones so that everybody can enjoy these. I personally would pay the $52 for these. I know it's a super high price tag. It's luxury, but if you're used to buying Chanel, if you are a luxury beauty shopper, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Would I buy all 5? No, I bought all 5 because I review these for you guys and I wanted to create this video as a, helpful guide. Personally, if I were just a regular shopper, I probably would have purchased 1 or 2, and the 2 that I probably would have purchased would be Rose Radiant, and then I think I probably also would get the Grenat Profond, so something that is a little bit, like lighter and more neutral for every day. And then you guys know I love a berry blush, so something a little bit more vibrant. If you want something incredibly subtle, I think the Beige Eclatant is a really good option. But honestly, friends, I liked every single shade. I think that these are gorgeous. I think you get like a decent amount of product. I don't have anything bad to say about these. I think that they're awesome, and I really hope some of you guys pick these up and you enjoy them. them. If you are looking for something that is fairly similar and a little bit more affordable, however, I do want to mention these blushes from Swede. I just featured this on my channel. This one is called Fancy Face, and these are called the Air Blush Cream, and they're not as creamy and squishy as the Chanel ones, but they still have the same kind of airy finish on the skin. They're very user-friendly. Here, let me swatch this one for you. I just ordered 1 or 2 more shades of this, by the way, so I'm gonna be doing more demos with these soon. But see what I mean? Like, it looks a little bit drier, but you still get this really beautiful, kind of slightly glowy, blurred finish. So if the Chanel ones are not in your budget, I do highly recommend these. And I do now have a coupon code to Swede, which I'll put up here on the screen and down below. So you can actually save a little bit of money on these. The full price is $35 and the Chanel ones are $52. Lastly, I will swatch some recent blush releases from Chanel just so you guys can see if any of these shades are similar, because I always get questions about this. So first I'm gonna swatch the summer blushes. Right here I have the Gold and Peach. I don't think this one is going to be super similar. It is a little bit deeper than the Beige Eclatant. I feel like this is more of kind of like a riper color, and it's more orangey compared to the Rouge Franc. One of my favorite Chanel blushes is this one, which is called Jersey. This is a classic, and I really wanted to swatch this up against the Beige Eclatant and the Rose Radiant, my favorite one. So I have the 2 of those swatched right here. So let's do Jersey. I feel like Jersey is almost like an in-between. Let me just get there in the light a little bit better. It's not as pigmented. If you get annoyed by these Chanel blushes, like the classic ones, because I know they can be a little bit hard to pick up in the pan, but once you get them on the cheeks, they're like really pretty, then you might like these new ones because you don't really have to, I don't want to use the word struggle because it seems kind of dramatic, but you don't have to work for it as much. But if you like Jersey, I would probably go with the Beige Eclatant. And then I have all 3 of the Winter Glow blushes from earlier this year. I'm trying to keep it to more recent ones because some of the Chanel blushes, like, you can't find anymore. They get discontinued. This one here is called Mauve Glacé. That one is not too far off from the Grenat color, not quite as purple. Chanel have really done a lot of kind of purpley and berry tone blushes this year. Next I have Rose Polaire. I think these also are maybe a little bit more glowy. This one is closest to the Rose Ardent. So if you already have this one, Rose Polaire, maybe skip the Rose Ardent. And lastly, I have Coral Givray here. So once again, these are all of the new blushes. I don't really feel like this one is similar, like maybe close to the red, but it really does not look similar on the cheeks. I just remember that I have these blush palettes, which actually have some shades that might be sort of similar. These came out 2 Januaries ago, and this one right here is called Caractère. The formula is not similar. Some of you will be happy about this. Some of you didn't like those. This is Rouge Franc, which is going to be much brighter and lighter than the red that is in that palette. We also have here the Grenat Profond. I think this will be a lot, more of like a magenta. And then right here we have the Rose Radiant. This one is maybe a little bit kind of similar to these, but overall this palette was much deeper. And then finally we have the Tendresse palette. I have all of those shades swatched here. We have Beige Eclatant. I was curious to see if this one was similar to that. It has more of like a pinky undertone. Rose Radiant. No, more rosy. And then finally Grenat Profond. There's enough berry toned ones to go around. Just depends on which one you picked up. This is more brown in tone, and this is more of like a berry magenta. And that is it. That is my review of the new Chanel Cream to Powder blushes. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me today. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. And leave me a comment down below. I am dying to hear all of your thoughts. Would you pay $52 for one of these blushes. Am I just silly here? I love these, but I would like to hear what you guys have to say because your opinion is worth just as much as mine. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts and which one was your favorite. Subscribe if you haven't already. And with that, friends, I hope that you see some beauty in your day, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.